Hello out there. I'm going to try a few more tries at comedy. I've been doing this, stories from this book, and I've been just telling them, so I didn't write them or experience them or anything else. Then I decided, I taught school for 43 years, and I'm sorry about my teeth. I went to the dentist, and they're working on doing something about it, so I think they're going to put an implant, so until that, I'm just going to have one of those smiles like those movie stars on TV that don't get their teeth. So anyway, but it will be fixed one of these days because I have been to the dentist. Dr. Adam is going to fix me up. So that's a job. So I thought I'd just tell a few of my own stories from teaching, and there are just so many, but I need to do names to protect the innocent. So I will not use any names. So it doesn't matter. You can't come and ask me who that is because I won't tell you. Because every one of my kids I love, no matter how many funny experiences I had. So Carol, my assistant, and I, we may have to redo this at some point because she loves making videos with me. I'm sure her version would be a little different than mine of this, the number one story that sticks out. So I will protect the innocent by not giving their names, so don't try to get it out of me because I'm not going to tell you. So we're going to get started here on probably the most memorable story that I have, and hopefully you'll find it kind of funny. We'll see. I found it kind of funny. Me when I gave advice, I said that he was a tease. If you won't help, you better ask me now. So be sincere, convince me with a pretty face. Laugh, laugh, I hope you laugh. It seems so funny to me. Didn't seem funny at the time. Isn't that great? All right, hillbilly. Anyway, here's my story, and I'm sticking to it, and this really happened. It was my field trip. I planned this field trip, and we were going to, I won't mention the name, but a cave in southern Indiana that does a lot of school groups. And we were doing the whole entire fifth grade in one day, which is quite a bit because I think there were 6 rooms. Each room had 28 to 30 kids. So that's a lot of kids to run through the cave and get things done in one day. I want to tell you, this is the last trip we ever took. So anyway, it came time for my room. And I can't remember whether the room was split or it was the whole room, but it came time. It must have been the whole room because Carol was with me. And if it would have been split, we would have split up. So it came time for my room to go into the cave. And the cave trip is probably an hour and a half long at this cave. So we go into the cave, and we're doing the cave trip, and everything's just going fine. And just like always, when I'm with my assistant Carol, I stay in the back because I don't move as fast as she does, and she stays in the front, and I bring up the back, which is a good place for me. And we had stopped at a resting place about halfway through the cave, and they had some little benches there, and they actually had a trash can there in the cave because that's where you always stop halfway through the cave. It's really the only time you stop. And so she had been saying, and we're close to me, we've been talking, and we got ready to go. And one of my students, who I'm going to say, without giving any identity away, was from another country. So there was a little language barrier to start with in the first place. And she came up to me as everybody was leaving and got across to me that she had to go to the bathroom. We were halfway through a cave tour, and there's no place to go to the bathroom. So I was hoping, you don't have you don't have ladies' bathrooms in the cave. And I was hoping maybe it was just, number one, where we could get everybody ahead and just squat and just call it a day. But no, it wasn't. It was the other. She had to poop. So I kept Carol back there at the time. And the rest of the group had gone ahead. And I told Carol, I said, I'm going to call her Sally Sue because I name everybody Sally Sue. but it wasn't Sally Sue. I said, Sally Sue, can you wait? We've got about 45 minutes left of this tour. Can you wait? And she shook her head and said, no, I can't wait. It's coming. I thought, oh, great. So I told Carol, I had to think fast. I said, what do you have in your purse or your bag or whatever? And she had a normal size baggie, quart size, not a big one. And she had it because she was carrying some kids' medicine around, because she's the medicine lady when we go on trips. And I said, give me that baggie, and I want you to go up ahead, and when the guide tries to stop to see where in the heck the teacher is and one of the students, just keep him going. I said, don't explain everything, just keep him going. I know the way you're all going, because the path lights up in the cave. So she did that, and I was there with a young student from another country with a language barrier that told me that she couldn't hold it, that I did made a mistake by telling you she, but whatever, that it was coming out. So not knowing what to do and having a trash can there and having a few seeds there, I'm not kidding, I'll never forget it. I thought, well, I have no choices here. I really don't. So I'm going to put this baggie down there and hope she's got good aim and hope she hits it. I had nothing else to do, knowing that we did all my hands and everything else. But what are you going to do? So that's what I did. I said, Sally Sue, just as soon as I say go, you just poop away. I don't know if I said poop away, but you just go. And I got positioned and put the baggie up and hoped I had a good fit right there and gave her the go ahead. And she pooped big. And I want you to know that she did not get one drop in the cave, and she did not get one drop on her teacher. She pooped right in that bag. It was the best shot I've ever seen. So there I was with a bag of poop, of human poop, in a cave. And here's a funny thing. The tours left every, I'm going to say 15 minutes. It might have been a little closer. But the tours would leave because we had 6 groups to get through. Well, we were not the last. We were not the last group. So I had no other choice. I zipped the Ziploc baggie and I threw it in that trash can that was there. And it already had a nice odor before I threw it in. And she and I caught up to the group. And when the leader had asked Carol, my assistant, she had said, oh, they're taking care of something. Just, go ahead and they'll catch up. And we caught up with the group. And everything was fine. And we got out of the cave and somebody had some wet wipes that I used, but I really didn't even need it because it never touched my hand. My hand was still around plastic. It was the best shot I really ever saw in my life. I never, ever thought that she could do that. So anyway, we get out of the cave and everybody, and it's lunchtime, so we're all meeting at the little picnic tables for lunch. And the groups that were behind us are coming out of the cave and they're saying, oh my gosh, they said that one place in the cave where you stopped to take a rest and the guy talking, they said there was some awful smell there. And I said, really? I said, I don't know. I said, we didn't smell anything like that. And so every group that came after us, there may have been maybe 2, it wasn't a whole lot, we were kind of in the middle, could not believe the smell that was in the cave. And to this day, no one has ever heard that story except very good friends of ours that would not open their mouths. But that is probably my number 1 top story. I mean, you hear about teachers going above and beyond. I think I went above and beyond that day, and it worked out for the best. So, I wish I could make this stuff up. I just have to get to the laugh part again, and then I'll shut this off. And I knew this would be my longest story, but oh my God, it's my best one. Oh, I don't know about best, but okay, here we go. No, I'm not quite ready. So just think about that for a little while. I don't know if that young lady is still in the States or whether she's, I bet she remembers that too. Laugh, I hope you laugh. because it really happened. Laugh, laugh, I hope you laugh. Bye.